Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation and forgot what you were going to say? Aging brings about a cascade of changes in the human body, and one of the most talked about and most feared is memory loss. For many people entering their 60s and beyond, forgetfulness becomes an increasingly common visitor. You walk into the kitchen and forget why. You stare at someone you've known for years and struggle to remember their name. It's frustrating, sometimes embarrassing, and occasionally frightening. But is it inevitable? And what can we do about it? The truth is, memory decline is a normal part of aging, but the degree to which it happens and the speed at which it progresses are not set in stone. Our brains, while subject to biological aging, are also adaptable, responsive, and most importantly, nourishable. Yes, the foods we eat, the lifestyle we choose, and the daily habits we form all contribute to the health and sharpness of our minds. First, let's understand the biology of why memory begins to slip with age. The human brain is a remarkably complex organ, containing billions of neurons that communicate through electrical and chemical signals. As we age, several physiological changes occur. The brain shrinks in size, particularly in regions involved in memory such as the hippocampus. Blood flow to the brain may decrease, affecting the delivery of oxygen and nutrients. The production of neurotransmitters, chemical messengers critical for mood and cognition, declines. Additionally, chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and the buildup of abnormal proteins like beta amyloid can interfere with neural communication. But beyond the biology, there's also the lifestyle factor. Retirement often leads to reduced mental stimulation. Without work, deadlines, or regular challenges, the brain isn't pushed to stay sharp. Social isolation, which is common among older adults, also plays a role in accelerating cognitive decline. Humans are social creatures. We thrive on interaction. When that connection is lost, so is a valuable source of mental engagement. Sleep, too, becomes more fragile with age. Older adults often experience disrupted sleep patterns, waking up more frequently during the night and achieving less deep sleep. Since memory consolidation largely happens during deep sleep, this reduction can lead to forgetfulness during the day. Add in medications, chronic illness, and emotional stress, and the brain has to work even harder to maintain clarity. Amidst all this, it's easy to feel like cognitive decline is unavoidable. But here's the hopeful truth. Just as the body can be strengthened through exercise and proper nutrition, the brain can be protected and even improved through daily care. That care begins with understanding the importance of brain-friendly foods. Imagine your brain as a high-performance engine. Would you pour soda or expired oil into a Ferrari? Of course not. Yet many older adults fuel their brains with diets high in sugar, trans fats, and heavily processed foods, substances that contribute to inflammation, reduce blood flow, and impair mental function. Conversely, certain foods are rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and plant compounds that protect the brain from damage, reduce inflammation, and support the growth of new neural connections. These foods don't just improve memory, they enhance focus, mood, and overall mental resilience. But this isn't about following a complicated meal plan or chasing exotic superfoods. It's about returning to whole, natural ingredients, many of which are already familiar in the American pantry. Foods like blueberries, salmon, walnuts, green tea, and turmeric have been extensively studied for their brain benefits and are widely accessible. Blueberries, often referred to as brain berries, are small powerhouses, packed with anthocyanins, compounds that protect the brain from oxidative stress. Regular consumption has been linked to delayed brain aging and improved communication between brain cells. In a 20-year study by Harvard researchers, participants who consumed more berries showed slower rates of cognitive decline compared to those who didn't. Salmon and other fatty fish are champions of brain health, thanks to their high levels of DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid that makes up a significant portion of brain tissue. Studies show that people with higher levels of omega-3 SEB have increased gray matter volume in the brain, the very matter responsible for memory and decision-making. Just 2 servings of fatty fish per week can make a measurable difference in brain function. Walnuts, with their crinkled, brain-like appearance, are not just a visual metaphor. They are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 that has been shown to support brain function and reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Walnuts are also a great source of vitamin E, which helps prevent oxidative damage to brain cells. Green tea offers a twofold benefit. It contains a modest amount of caffeine to promote alertness, but also L-theanine, a compound that induces a state of calm without drowsiness. This combination enhances focus, reduces anxiety, and supports clear thinking. For many older adults, swapping out coffee for green tea in the late morning or early afternoon can improve mental clarity without disrupting sleep. Turmeric, the golden spice, contains curcumin, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agents. Research shows that curcumin can cross the blood-brain barrier and may reduce the buildup of amyloid plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease. In a UCLA study, participants who took curcumin supplements showed improved memory and attention over 18 months. While none of these foods are miracle cures, they represent a natural, empowering way to take control of cognitive health. They remind us that even as we age, we still have choices that influence how clearly we think, how fully we live, and how confidently we engage with the world. Of course, diet is just one part of the equation. Physical activity, mental stimulation, social interaction, and adequate sleep all work together to support memory and brain health. But food is a foundational pillar, one that's easy to integrate into daily life, delicious to enjoy, and beneficial far beyond the brain. In a society that often fears aging, choosing foods that nourish memory is a small act of courage and a powerful act of self-care. For seniors who want to remain independent, engaged, and mentally sharp, a few simple additions to the grocery list can be the start of a whole new chapter. So next time you reach for a snack, ask yourself, is this food feeding my brain? The answer could shape not just your memory, but your future. With the science of memory and aging well in mind, the next natural question is, what can we do about it in our everyday lives? Fortunately, one of the most powerful tools to support brain health sits right in our kitchens. What we eat daily has an incredible impact not just on physical health, but on memory, concentration, and even emotional balance. For seniors who value independence, clarity, and quality of life, brain-friendly foods are essential allies. Let's explore 5 of the most well-researched and accessible memory-supporting foods, beloved by both scientists and seniors across America. These aren't rare ingredients found in specialty stores, but simple, wholesome choices that bring real cognitive benefits when consumed consistently. 1. Blueberries, the tiny berry with a big brain boost, often dubbed brain berries by researchers. Blueberries are among the most antioxidant-rich foods available. The secret lies in their deep blue skin, which is packed with anthocyanins, a type of plant compound that reduces oxidative stress and inflammation. These berries help improve communication between brain cells and have been shown in studies to delay brain aging and boost memory. In one long-term study, older adults who regularly consume blueberries performed better on memory tests than those who didn't. They're not just beneficial, they're delicious too. Sprinkle them on cereal, blend into a smoothie, or simply snack on them throughout the day. 2. Salmon, feeding the brain with omega-3s. The brain thrives on healthy fats, and salmon is one of the richest natural sources of DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, a critical omega-3 fatty acid that makes up a large part of the brain's structure. DHA supports neuron function, reduces inflammation, and has been linked to slower age-related cognitive decline. For seniors, incorporating salmon into meals twice a week can significantly support brain health. Grilled, baked, or broiled, salmon pairs well with vegetables and grains, and offers a heart-smart bonus too. 3. Walnuts, the nut that looks like a brain for a reason. Nature has a sense of humor and wisdom. Walnuts, with their brain-like shape, are packed with nutrients that promote cognitive function. They are an excellent source of alpha-linolenic acid, AAAA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, and also contain polyphenols and vitamin E, all known for their protective effects on brain cells. A small handful of walnuts a day is enough to gain their benefits. Try adding them to oatmeal, salads, or even homemade granola bars. Easy to store and snack on, they're a perfect brain-boosting food. 4. Green tea, calm, clarity, and cognitive support. Green tea is a gentle yet powerful drink for seniors. It contains caffeine, less than coffee, but enough to promote alertness. More importantly, it includes L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes relaxation without drowsiness. Together, these compounds enhance attention and mental focus. Drinking green tea regularly has also been linked to reduced risk of cognitive disorders. It's easy to prepare and can be enjoyed hot or cold. Add lemon, mint, or a drop of honey to make it even more appealing. 5. Turmeric. The golden spice for a sharp mind. Turmeric, a common spice in many Asian cuisines, has gained fame for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Its active ingredient, curcumin, has been shown in studies to cross the blood-brain barrier and directly support the areas of the brain responsible for memory and emotion. In one UCLA study, adults who took curcumin supplements showed significant improvement in memory tests over 18 months. Seniors can easily incorporate turmeric into their diet by adding it to soups, rice, or warm milk. Together, these 5 foods form a nutritional foundation for brain health. They help combat the effects of aging at the cellular level, support better focus and recall, and nourish the emotional center of the brain. The best part? They're tasty, affordable, and easy to incorporate into everyday meals. Eating for memory doesn't mean adopting a restrictive diet. It means eating smarter, with awareness and intention. With just a few adjustments in the kitchen, seniors can feel more alert, more capable, and more in control of their mental well-being. Knowing which foods support brain health is a wonderful first step, but knowledge is only the beginning. The real change, the one that transforms daily life, happens when healthy eating becomes a habit, not a chore. For seniors especially, building a brain-supportive lifestyle means weaving nutrition into the fabric of daily routines in a way that feels natural, comforting, and sustainable. Let's begin with routine. Many older adults thrive on structure. Setting up a weekly meal plan, focused on brain-boosting foods, doesn't have to be complicated. For example, blueberry Mondays, salmon Tuesdays, or green tea afternoons can create simple associations that make healthy choices more automatic. By assigning foods to specific days or meals, it becomes easier to build consistency without decision fatigue. Next, consider environment. Keeping healthy foods visible and easily accessible increases the chance they'll be used. Store walnuts in a clear jar on the counter. Keep fresh blueberries in the front of the fridge. Place green tea bags next to your favorite mug. These visual cues serve as gentle reminders to nourish the mind. Cooking can also be a joyful part of brain health. Many seniors rediscover a sense of purpose and creativity through cooking. Whether it's preparing a familiar family dish with a new twist like adding turmeric to a classic stew or experimenting with colorful produce at the farmer's market, the act of preparing food becomes a mindful ritual. It encourages movement, focus, and even emotional healing. Don't forget about companionship. Sharing meals enhances not only digestion but emotional well-being. Invite a neighbor for tea, cook with a grandchild, eat with a spouse while talking about your day. These moments of connection are essential for brain health. They provide cognitive stimulation, emotional fulfillment, and reduce the risk of isolation-induced decline. Keeping a journal can further enhance this process. Seniors who write down what they eat, how they feel after meals, and what memory exercises they've done that day often gain valuable insight into patterns and progress. A food and mood journal doesn't need to be fancy. A few lines each evening can do wonders. Integrating mental activities alongside good nutrition multiplies the benefits. After your green tea, try a crossword puzzle. While prepping dinner, listen to classical music or an educational podcast. Before bed, stretch gently while recalling one positive memory from the day. These tiny acts, repeated daily, create a rhythm that keeps the mind active and the heart light. Also important is self-kindness. Aging brings challenges, and some days will feel harder than others. But rather than striving for perfection, aim for presence. If you forget to eat blueberries today, that's okay. Enjoy them tomorrow. Progress is measured not by doing everything right, but by choosing the right things often. Finally, celebrate the wins. If your memory feels sharper, if you feel more focused, or if you simply enjoyed your tea a little more today, that matters. Write it down. Share it with someone. Let your journey toward better brain health be one of hope, not pressure. Brain health is not a sprint, but a long, rewarding walk, one where every step counts. With the right mindset, simple food choices, and intentional living, seniors can honor their age while preserving their independence and joy.